Hey, welcome. Episode 95, the Noontime Nuggets about sales, business, and life. Welcome. I am your host. My name is David Bradley. Thank you guys for being here. Hold on a second. Forgot my notes. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Okay. I always like to do these with a notepad. I got notes on my computer, but you never know. Like, I'm going to be talking, I'll think of something, I want to jot something down and make sure I touch on it before I pop off this thing. So, who do we got? Laura's here. Nick Organ's here. My good buddy Bill is here. Nice to see you guys. All right, so today, what are we talking about? Smart Money Challenge. So we're going to be dropping a challenge today. It's about being smart with your money. We talked about money yesterday, so we're just going to continue on that trend. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is David Bradley, and I am your host. This is the Nooner. My name is David Bradley, and I am your host. This is the Nooner, where every weekday, Monday through Friday, I try and drop in here and get you a little noontime nugget about sales, business, and life. Some piece of information, some piece of motivation. You want to say hi to the cat, Bill? Bill wants me to say hi to the cat. Some piece of information, some juicy nugget that you can use to fuel the rest of your day, right? You got fuel for your body. You've had your breakfast. Maybe you've had lunch. You've had coffee. But what are we putting up here, right? So that's what I want to do on the Nooners, is just come in here, drop a little noontime nugget that you can take with you into the rest of your day, your week, your month, your life, okay? 3 things you want to know about me. Number 1, sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. Been doing that just almost 5 years now. Grant's technology took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it. And so when I got an opportunity to share this wealth of information with other people, I was on board 110%. So thank you guys for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to be chatting with you. 2 other things on me. I'm the author of a book. It's called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. I smoked cigarettes for 15 years, could not quit to save my life, but I found a way to stop. Big difference between stopping and quitting. Nobody likes a quitter, right? It goes beyond semantics. It goes beyond that. There's a lot to that. And that book really details exactly what I did to finally stop smoking after years of trying to quit. So how did I get out from underneath nicotine's thumb, and how can you as well? That's what that book's about. If you want some more on that, go to www.stopdon'tquit.com. Check that out. You can also search it on Amazon. It's available in book, like real book, also on the Kindle. Third thing on me is I'm the founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. Now, this is a book in progress. This will be my second work. This is literally about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. My good buddy Nick Organ, who's on the stream today, got me reading Spartan Up. Man, there's a lot of Rich Man's Gym in that book, man. I'm telling you. Really enjoying reading it. So thank you for encouraging me to do that. Getting a lot out of it. So appreciate that. So I don't believe you got to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life, and I believe that there's an ability to develop real strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit, and you don't have to go to a gym to do that. You can do that in the garage. You can do it down at the beach. You can do it in your backyard, local park. Wherever you can lug a kettlebell or a pair of dumbbells, wherever you can hang a set of Olympic rings. Back when I used to live in the San Fernando Valley, there was this park I used to go work out at, and we would take these, there was this huge oak tree, and it had this big, like massive branches, and they were tall. So I'd like throw my Olympic rings over that, and I'd use that to do pull-ups and push-ups and dips. This is a whole different deal doing dips on Olympic rings, right? So, yeah, man, that's what Rich Man's Gym's all about. Let me just give a shout out. Somebody else just popped in here, so I want to make sure I say hi. James, welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you tuning in to the Nooner. Today we're going to be talking about, actually we're going to be dropping a challenge about smart money. So, yesterday we talked a little bit about finance, right? So now today, if you missed yesterday's and you want to play some catch up, you go to youtube.com/Cardone Solutions. There's a playlist up there. It's called The Nooner. Again, youtube.com/Cardone Solutions, playlist for The Nooner. But what are we going to look at today? So usually beginning of the week, I'll try and review and throw my 2 cents in on Grant Cardone's strategy of the week. Today, the next day after that, then I usually try and touch on a different trait of a great salesperson. And as I was researching this trait, as I was digging into it a little bit, trying to figure out, hey, how can I plug this into me more? I realize there's a challenge in here. And there's some things that we need to do to help us in our think. Shifting and think is an integral part of learning. Sometimes becoming better, improving requires a literal shift in how you see things and how you think. I mean, Einstein said you can't remedy a situation with the same level of thinking that you had when you created it. That's probably not verbatim. I probably totally just butchered that, but you guys get the point. So if you want to improve in something, if you want to get better at something, if you want to have more wealth in any area, then it's going to require a shift in think, no matter what you do. So this challenge that we're going to talk about here, the Smart Money Challenge, is literally challenging you to start thinking different, first of all, with money. Your money, other people's money, money in general, might require a shift in think. So I'm going to list the trait for you, verbatim, and then we'll dig in a little bit. So here's how it goes. Great salespeople are very smart with their money, creating wealth for themselves and their families. So Nick's a salesman, Bill's a salesman, Laura's in sales. Not sure if my new buddy James here is in sales or not. Let me see. Let me take a look. James is a DJ for event. Okay, James is in sales then. While you're a DJ, while you're spinning records, you need people to hire you. So, James, you're in sales. So, great salespeople are very smart with their money, creating wealth for themselves and their families. So, true or false? True or false? Here's the question. The ability to have debt is the mark of a great salesperson. So, the answer, in my opinion, is false. Assuming we're looking at bad debt. If you're looking at good debt, then the answer is true. So it can go either way. But what the point that Grant is making here, and the point that I'm going to make with you is, when I first got into sales, one of our sales managers went and said, hey, go out and spend some money, but finance stuff. Go buy a new car, right? Go max out your credit card. Get some debt. Because this supposedly should encourage you to sell more, because I'm in debt and I got to get out of debt, so it's going to make me work harder. Okay. Yesterday we talked about having a financial plan. I would much rather go to work, push myself to sell more, not because I'm chasing after paying off a debt, because I'm creating wealth for myself. Okay, great salespeople are smart with their money, creating wealth for themselves and their families. Okay, I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to owe somebody. I want to pay me. Okay? So, did you guys ever hear that? When you first got into sales, did they ever tell you, hey, go out and get yourself in debt? Anybody ever say that to you? Go get yourself some big, fat, juicy debt. Right? Landing Point, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, that's not going to make you a better salesperson. That's not going to make you sell more. What that's probably going to do is keep you down, freak you out, and limit you. Because then you push, you finally get the debt paid, and you're like, whew, now I can relax. Okay? Brian Tracy, one of the greats, talks a lot about the income barometer, like what you think you're worth, right? And if you exceed that by a certain level or you're below that a certain level, it will have an impact on how hard you push, okay? So you want to break that. That requires the shift in think. So think about creating wealth for yourself. Think about really having some bank, surpluses of cash, which we talked about yesterday, okay? You want to survive financially, but not just get by. I mean, you want survival on this like massive level, right? Way high survival rates. Meaning that there is no debt. You don't have to worry about it, right? That's why I like American Express, right? You get that thing, you pay it off at the end of the month. You get it, you pay it off, get it, pay it off, get it, pay it off. It's just an easy way to manage the money, not to carry debt. Make sense? So This should be a motivator for you. So if you think about, man, what do I want to create for myself? Not pay, right? You want to create some wealth. Okay? My initial thought was, man, if I just had $1 million, that'd be good. Man, I'd love to have $1 million. Okay? Well, that's not how the 10x rule works. So I'm at 10 million right now. Okay? And I should probably push it to 100. But let's just start with 10. Is there a plan? You got the goal. Okay? And whatever you're thinking, man, if I just had whatever that is, multiply by 10. Okay? That's the first part of the challenge. So just take like whatever your if only is, which you shouldn't have anyway, because we're going to turn that if only into like a hard target, a plan, a focus where your attention goes so that you're creating wealth. You're not the cause of somebody else's creation of wealth. Or the effect of, excuse me. You're not the effect of somebody else's creation of wealth. Okay? So, for example, like if you've got a car note that you're trying to pay down, okay, that's not creating wealth. That's debt. Do you pay yourself every month? Do you set aside money every single... When my check comes in, it gets split 3 ways. Ding, ding, ding. Third goes to me. Third goes to Uncle Sam. Third pays the bills, and I'm broke again. Son of a bitch. That's how you push yourself to perform more, to go the extra mile, to get to the next step. Okay? Grant says, and I quote, "The greats are financially driven to build something, not go out and blow it." So what do you want to build? Okay? So I mentioned $10 million. $10 million. Okay, now it's not the dollar amount. While that's going to look sweet on a bank statement, or man, I remember one time when I was in Los Angeles, I saw an ATM receipt. The guy dropped it, and it was like $2.5 million in the dude's account. I'm like, damn, I want one of those. I want that in my checking. When I go to withdraw cash at the ATM, damn. That was exciting, right? How cool would that be? So, but what are you doing with the money? Right? So Grant tells you that the greats are target driven. Let me just say a quick shout out here to Ina or Ina. Welcome. Thank you for being part of the Nooner today. I'm David. Let's see here. James says, I'm very good. My family and I are very good at managing our money, and we do set aside money. Good for you, man. Good for you. Pay yourself first. I wish I'd have learned that lesson years ago. Pay yourself first. And even if they take taxes out, whatever you get in your check, set some aside for you. Pay yourself first. Okay, the reason I'm thinking with this large surplus of money that I would like is, number one, I would like to buy some properties that produce income for me. And then number two, I also want to buy a property for me. Not just for me, though, but for my family. My extended family. Like, I want to have a house that's large enough to where I can tell people, hey, come on over, stay with us. They come out anyway. And they're renting these vacation rentals and hanging out. We get to spend some time together, and they're really nice places, but man, I want to own one of those where I know I can have my family out anytime I want. That gets me jacked up. Like, how cool would that be? They want to come out and stay, crash a couple of days, weekend, you're here, I'm here, we're just hanging out. Man, I love that idea. Okay? Thanksgiving. Big family Christmas. That's the Clark W. Griswold in me coming out. But man, I would love to have a big fat Thanksgiving dinner in my home right on the beach. We eat ourselves senseless, and then when we go to bed, we got the ocean to sing us to sleep. Okay? That vision, that's a target. Okay? And when you set out to create wealth, you need that in front of you every single day. Maybe multiple times a day. We'll talk about that. But here's the deal. You got to break that down, okay? So if that's my B and I'm at A, how do I close this? How do I get here? I need a plan. I need a target. Grant says, what you accomplished today. This is the quote for the nooner. So this is what I'm going to tweet out later on. This will be on Instagram later on. Okay. What you accomplished today is how you build tomorrow. So if you take nothing out of this stream, remember that. What you accomplished today is how you build tomorrow. So when you think about what your tomorrow is, what your B is, today is A. What's my B? So if I just use the big fat house on the beach that can fit the whole family, that's my B. Okay. What am I doing today to get me there? Okay. You got to know your finances. You have to be driven by these finances. Okay. And it's got to be plugged into your purpose. Chasing finance for the sake of finance is not being plugged into purpose. There's no value in that. Money is paper. It's cloth. It's a mineral. Okay, this is about creating real prosperity for yourself. So here's the things, part of your smart money challenge. So first of all, identify what you want. Thank you for the follow, by the way, James. Thank you for that. What do you want? Identify that. What is your target? What's your B? What's your future? What's your tomorrow? Know it. Identify it. Have it very, very clear. This isn't vision board stuff. This is like knowing your target, seeing it in your head, having it. It's real. It's tangible. You can taste it. Okay, smell it, see it. Okay, then you just need to break your day down. What am I doing today to accomplish this? Is what I'm doing right now moving me towards my goal? The big question then comes down to who and what do you work for? Okay, so Grant gives me a check every month for my efforts. But I go to work for me. I go to work for my dreams and my goals. I go to work for my family. I go to work for my wife. I go to work for the Applehead Siamese cat that just walked by, Bill. That you pointed out earlier, okay? So how do you do that? How do you make sure that your purpose is crystal clear, it's in front of you, you don't lose sight of it? How do you track your progress? How do you make sure that you are closing the gap between your A and your B? Well, this is what I use. Now, if you don't use this, that's fine. You can use a legal pad. You can use a notepad from Planner, right? Covey, Franklin Covey thing. You can go down to the local, not liquor store, but pharmacy. Get a notepad. What I like about this and why I use this and why I've invested in several of these and will continue to do so is that it leaves you room to write down some stuff. Let me find a blank sheet here. Okay, here we go. All right, so on first, this is your 10X planner. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can get it, just follow the link down below. It'll take you to it. If you want to order it from me directly, you can call me 310-777-0352. Shoot me an email, david@grantcardone.com. But look, you got a place to where you get to write your goals down, not just once, but twice. So when you start your day, put them here. When you're wrapping your day up, put them there. You get the place to put a motivational quote. Write down your targets. Okay, write down your wins today. This is very important. You got to know where you're going. You got to know what the target is, and you got to know what you're doing that's working, so you can celebrate your victories. Because if you're in sales, you're going to lose a lot. Selling a baseball has a lot in common, right? We miss more than we hit. So if you're not having your eye on the successes and keeping the target in front of you, you're going to crap out. I promise. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You'll crap out. Okay? So you got to keep this stuff in front of you. Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my goal? What's getting me jacked up? What can I write down that motivates me today? We need new motivation every single day, right? So we could do this, right? What you accomplish today is how you build tomorrow. You could write that down for a couple of weeks as long as it jacks you up, but as soon as it stops losing, as soon as you feel like there's a loss of power there, maybe you need to find a new quote that lights the fire. Okay? Then, what's going on today? Okay, success is my duty, watermark. Here's your whole day. Just lay it all out for you. Okay? What I would highly suggest is that when you get up in the morning, this becomes part of your morning routine. that you pop in here, you write down your goals, you get a good quote, okay? You write down your targets, what am I after today? These are goals like this is the house on the beach, okay? That's the goal, okay? The target, new client acquisition, things like that. These deals I'm working. Make sense, right? So, and then over here, fill this up. What am I doing today? What do I got? What's going on? Who do I need to be in front of? Yeah, do it again. You know, maybe even do it this part before you go to bed. Okay, and then definitely before you go to bed, write this down again. Okay. If you order it, you'll get this same little tutorial. There's a QR code. You can click it. Grant will pop up and give you a short little walkthrough. But look, coffee stains, notes, times, dates. This thing's falling apart, okay? And you want that, okay? So, here's the challenge. Number one, identify what you want for real. Know it. Make sure it's crystal clear. And then it's tied to your purpose, why you're on this planet. That, right? Then you need to start writing that down twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. Okay? I'm really good at writing it down in the morning, and I start falling short when it comes down to nighttime. I'll just be honest. Okay, that's something I'm working on. Okay? What you accomplish today is how you build tomorrow. Love that quote. That will be on Instagram later today. So this has been episode 95 of The Nooner. What have you guys heard today that you liked? What stuck out? Thank you for staying with me through the whole thing. Appreciate you guys being here. James, very nice to meet you. If I can help with any way with you expanding your business, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. 75% of what we do in our company is 100% free, and talking to me will cost you nothing. So feel free to reach out anytime I can help. 310-777-0352, or you can email me, david@grantcardone.com. Ooh, I got a top hat from Bill. Thanks, buddy. Have a great rest of the week. We will see you guys tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time, episode 96 of The Nooner coming at you. I'm your host, David Bradley. Thank you guys for being here. Remember, be great, because nothing else pays, at least not much. And you are greatness, so don't fight it. See you guys tomorrow.